I don't know. Welcome back once again to Dadnarok. This is Sean.
And this is Chris.
And tonight we're talking about episode 4 of HBO's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, a Game of Thrones spin-off show starring Dunk the
I
Knight and
just lost you.
Lost How? I'm
I
still
can't
here.
hear you. I don't know if
Oh
it's you
no.
or if it's me.
Testing.
I don't know if you guys can hear either of us. Let us know if someone's watching.
Let's see. Let's hop on. Let's do it right now. You could hear me just fine earlier.
Oh, what in the world?
Oh, they can hear me. I'm on the video.
Okay, I got you. I don't know what happened. Okay, that was a me problem, not a you problem. Anyway,
was a you problem.
That was a me problem. It sounds like.
Okay. Episode 4 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which, I mean, not to bury the lead, this was really good.
Yeah, no, the 7. Yeah, this one was hands down the best episode that they have had yet.
Yeah.
I mean, from the beginning to the end, from when they were coming in, when it looked like the starry sky and come down and find out that Dunk was actually in a prison cell, which was very, very short-lived. You think he'd be there longer for what he did, but
yeah.
I guess he's not getting anywhere. Like, no one's going to be able to chase him down or he won't be able to run fast enough to get away from, Targaryens in that aspect.
We had extra time to watch it, and I still somehow didn't find time to watch it over the weekend. I had the entire weekend to watch it, yet I watched it on my phone, waiting for my daughter to get out of theater camp after school. So I was sitting in the parking lot or on the street outside her school, sun blaring and glaring on the screen. I could barely see it. And the show's so dark anyway, so I had my phone up full blast. I could still barely see it. That's how I watched it this week, which is not great.
Oh no, that's not a good way to watch it. That sucks.
So there's some things I think I kind of missed as far as which characters really kind of went to bat for him, but it was I mean I was still enthralled even though I was sitting in a car with a phone like this.
Yeah, no, it was I mean, Egg came in. It was fun seeing his character and actually seeing like him being a kid. Like he came in and when he was talking to Dunk and he realized he screwed up. It was like a kid made a mistake. And that's what he was realizing what he did is like, I made a really good friend in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And he's like, I may have screwed this up.
He was really apologetic.
Yeah, but you see Dunk on both sides of it. He's like, he's mad that he was lied to is being harsh. He wasn't being fully truthful. But well, yeah, I know I'm splitting hairs.
Yeah.
But he's also like, I think he enjoyed having him around. He wasn't by himself anymore.
Right.
So even though it's like he was still learning who Egg was, it was like, okay, now I have somebody to, that have breakfast with, show how to sew, be with him and kind of look out for him and teach him what he was taught.
What's up, Biggs? Welcome to the show. How'd you like this week's episode? Did you watch it?
Yeah, right.
I think, even though Dunk was kind of harsh to him in the cell, like as soon as they got out of the cell and they went to go visit the Hand of the King, Dunk was immediately almost like, sticking up for the kid, like, he didn't mean it, he's a good boy, and so I mean, Dunk's like that. Like it's like he'll get salty for like a hot minute, and then within a few minutes, he just needs time to calm down.
Yeah, he's over it quickly. Well, then he's seen how Egg was treated. Like Baelor didn't treat him very well. It's like he almost treated him like a servant because he came in with, the wine or whatever to fill the mug, and he was walking around and just kind of, doing all that. And it's like, is he a member of the family? Is he a servant? Is he a a Tywin type character. You know what I mean? It's like what's going on with this?
Yeah, I do like. We haven't talked much about this character. I forget his name even. The Hand of the King. He is a Targaryen.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Baelorn.
Baelorn, okay, but basically he's got like the Jon Snow effect, where you know how Jon Snow was technically a Targaryen too. He just didn't inherit the platinum blonde hair.
Yeah,
Um, so it's just like he's you know Targaryen blood. He's one of them, but he acts different. It's like you know it's like one of the old adage that we heard in the original series. When a Targaryen is born, you know the gods flip a coin to see if they're either going to be a just king or a mad king, and and you could tell, you could spot him.
yeah. It was very obvious.
Yeah, Baelor seems to be on the good side of the coin, I think.
I really liked how Baylor's character, like the whole like persona of him, when he
Yeah,
calls him in, and he's seen how Dunk went ahead and he honored who he believes needs honored.
yeah.
So it's like when he sat down and he kneeled in front of him, he told him to get up. So it's like, hey there, how's it going? Thanks for joining us here, guys. If you're new to us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us on our little journey here. Uh, and
Knight
and
of the Knight of the 6-7 kingdoms. Six
oh
seven.
no, but it's it was fun because all of a sudden he was like, okay, how good of a knight are you? He
Yeah.
was like coaching him to go this route to force um what's the is it Aegon? No,
Arian?
Arian, thank you. To force
Yeah.
Arian's hand into the combat to see how he was going to weasel his way out of it. And then he went ahead and he did what he did.
Yeah, what do you think Arian's motivation is for calling upon this style of because apparently it hadn't been done in generations, this
He was looking to
trial
dodge him.
trial. You think that's solely what it is?
Absolutely. He's looking to dodge him. Because now that he has the Knight's Guard with him, he has
Yeah.
that one knight who tuck tailed and joined him for land and title. I can't
Which
remember his
was
name.
that was a heck of a switcheroo. I did not
Yeah.
expect that. I didn't see that coming.
The turn, yeah, that happened.
The
And
Apple
then he
Knight.
has who was the other one? His dad? I think his dad was fighting with him.
Oh,
His dad,
well, I don't know. The king wouldn't get in there.
yeah, I wouldn't think he would put himself in
I don't think we were
that.
really introduced to whoever the seven are for Aryan side. But we're barely. Let's take stock because, like, once again, I was watching on my phone. Hold on, we got a question here. Do you guys like Pizza Hut? Do you?
And not since I was the size of egg.
I got to tell you, quick aside, the Pizza Hut of the 80s and 90s far superior than the current Pizza Hut.
Oh, the
Okay?
bucket pizzas, little pan pizzas, and
Those
yeah,
I don't know how old you guys are, but back in the day, the inside of a Pizza Hut, they would have checkerboard tablecloths. They would have like these stained glass chandeliers over each and every booth. They would bring the pizza out hot in a hot skillet, like a cast iron pan, and it was crispy, it was buttery and delicious, and far superior than your typical Pizza Hut of today. So, do I like Pizza Hut? I have fond memories of Pizza Hut, but as of ordering a pizza today, yeah, it's all right. There's better pizza out there.
yeah, anything that's not chain is better pizza.
But anyway,
But
Night of the Seven
yeah,
Kingdoms.
yeah, but it was fun also seeing Egg return back to Dunk. It's like
Right.
he was gonna squire for him. He was staying with him regardless.
So, what do you think? And I had a question about that too, as far as Egg coming back out there and wanting to squire for him. Do you think that was approved, or do you think Egg just took it upon himself to get out there, like his family be damned, kind of thing?
I think it's almost that. It's like
Yeah,
he wants to see his brother dead.
yeah,
I mean, after the story he shared with him, like him, like with his knife, the whole deal.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I can see why you would have hostilities towards him. And seeing that he's so far down the line, it's like if he's gone, it's not going to make it a big deal because there's other people that'll take his place. I'm not going to fall in line to rule the kingdom, or so many things have to take place before that even happen.
Right. Let's see. I hate to. We're probably kind of going all over the place as far as the different points of the episode, but can you tell me who? Because I was watching my phone, it was a little bit glary. I couldn't really tell who all lined up to help Dunk by the end of this thing.
So at the very end, you had Baylor come out. That was the mic drop.
Yeah, that was the mic drop moment where I
That
was
was
literally I audibly said "Let's go" in the car as the
yeah.
episode was ending.
That was the mic drop. Then you had the squire that was squiring for
That was the cousin of the Apple Knight, the one that turned
yes,
coat.
and he
Yeah.
was knighted. Uh, Lionel was there. Lionel
by
Baratheon.
by Lionel. So Lionel, I didn't take Lionel to like be the type to like suit up, but I knew with as much screen time as we've had with
He
Lionel,
was
I
going to be a
figured
main
that
player.
yeah, and it did make sense in a way. Like if this is like a once in a generation, once in a few generation thing, and there's going to be stories and songs written about it, you know, he needs a piece of that action, right?
Oh,
He just seems to
absolutely.
be the character to want to do that, so that makes sense to me.
I can't remember the knight's name that had the eye patch.
The guy that ran into Egg as he was training the horse.
So is that okay? So that's four. Then that was um, Dunk himself. So that's five.
Yeah.
There's two more that I'm missing. And I can't. I'm not 100% say he had a total of seven.
And it wasn't those knights he talked to in the stable, right? Because weren't they those were Kingsguard,
Yeah,
weren't
they're
they?
Kingsguard. They're on the other side. Yeah, because the
Right,
Kingsguard is a party that lined up with um
with Arian.
yeah, with Arian.
Okay, all right. That's I mean, they didn't give much time. This episode flew by. Like it did a lot. Even though it was a little bit longer than the previous episode, I think it
Yeah.
ended up being like 40, over 40 minutes. But still, the plot of the episode just was like flying by.
Yeah. It was nonstop. Even like going back to where Dunk said, "Okay, I want trial by combat," and then
Yeah,
the seven came. I loved how Arian's dad looked at him and was like, "Are you trying to duck him?"
yeah.
It's like he pretty much caught him right on the spot. It's like, "Are you trying to avoid him?"
And then
Because
once the meeting was over, he like pretty much pulled him up by the ear and like took him out of the room. I thought we were
yeah,
gonna follow him in there and like see what that conversation was, but I guess we didn't
yeah.
need to as an audience.
No, it was pretty much implied. But then you
Yeah,
also found out that that puppeteer, she went ahead. Was it Tenzel? Yeah, Tenzel.
yeah, she
She
bounced.
went back. She went back to Dorne.
Oh, she went that far.
Yeah, she went back to Dorne,
Interesting.
and she left the actual shield with that other like what would you call them?
Oh,
Masonry or
blacksmith. Yeah, just
blacksmith?
like
Yeah,
the armorer. Yeah. Well, it turns out he upgraded him. Like just for the cost of one low copper, he gave him a brand
yeah.
new shield.
Oh yeah, he did
That
all the new the sleeving in the back of it and made reinforced it and the works, and everyone wants to see him succeed. I'm getting that feeling like everyone in that town and everyone that's around
yeah.
wants to see him actually get out of this.
You know what it gave me? That's the vibes that I got throughout the episode. I'm like the people in this town and around this village or whatever, they either saw it in person or they heard about Dunk finally punching this guy in the face. And this Aryan Targaryen, seemed to be very punchable. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
we're probably the entire town at one point was probably like, man, I'd love to punch that guy right in the face, but I wouldn't dare do it because he's a Targaryen.
and look
And
what
this
happened.
guy, and
Yeah,
this guy Dunk actually did it. I'm gonna buy him around. I'm gonna upgrade his armor free of charge, and I'm gonna that's
yeah.
the vibes that I'm getting. Where it's like, okay, now he's got the town behind his back.
Well, it's like usually we'll take the hand that hit him, and they say I kicked him too, and the foot. I love that line. It was like he was like he was proud. He was scared of the situation he was in, but he was proud that he stood up for someone that couldn't stand up for themselves. And I think that's what Baylor likes as well. He's like, you know what? He's standing up for what a knight truly is.
So Baelor is not only the hand of the king, but he's the king's brother, right?
Yes. So
He's the
he's next
king's
in line.
brother, so he's next in line. We've got a circumstance here where Dunk has effectively made himself kind of an enemy of the king and his prince son. But we've got Baelor, who decided at the end of this episode to basically fight on the side of right, kind of fight with the people, and be on that side, which took the king aback.
Yeah.
I forget the king's name, but the king was totally surprised by it. Um,
Makar.
I'm curious how this shakes out because I can see. I guess it just depends on how steadfast they hold to the jury, the judgment of the gods or whatever. But if like say we know Dunk's going to survive because this is a
Yeah.
there's a arc, there's a plan, right? He's not going to die in this thing. So Dunk's going to survive this. If he survives in a world where that king and that prince are still the ones in charge, don't you think they would have like a vendetta against this guy? Or do you think, I mean, he definitely, I don't think he would be like rising the ranks to this like wonderful knight. So now I'm curious if like something happens where the king isn't going to be the king much longer, and Baelor is since he's next in line anyway, he might be coming up sooner than later.
What if Baylor went down? Like, what if his nephew
Oh,
actually took him out?
oh yeah, and the
Or
king
if it
doesn't
wasn't
like
so
that.
much his nephew, it was Arian ordering the Knight's Guard to
Oh
take him
right,
out
yeah,
because he sees him siding with Dunk, and he feels like that's a betrayal to the family.
yeah. Let's see here. Thanks for joining us, Inky Tunes, Roblox. Nice Stranger Things shirt. I appreciate that. Somebody noticed. Chris is not a huge Stranger Things fan, so he didn't say anything. I
I
like
didn't even know.
I like Stranger Things. It's good. Quick question: do you guys like Skibbity Toilet? I got to tell you, I love the randomness of Skibbity Toilet. I think it's a fad that's probably a little past its peak. It
I'm a
seems like
fan of
so.
any toilet.
Yeah, these days, when you get to be an old man, you need any toilet you can get, preferably not with a guy's head coming out of it. But yeah, any toilet will do. But I think Skibbity Toilet that was 2024, 6-7 that was 2025. I'm ready. We're in 2026. I'm ready for the new meme.
Yeah, what's new?
Inky Tunes, hey subbing.
Yeah,
We got a fan. There we
there
go.
we go.
Get us
Help
to
us get to that
600. We're almost
600.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm curious. I'm curious how this is going to play out, especially by the end of this episode. I did not expect that beginning of the episode would be him in the dungeon, and the end of the episode we'd be like ramping up to start this thing.
Oh, what was cool though is at the end of it, all of a sudden you hear dun 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 dun. We finally heard the music.
Yeah.
You may not have actually caught it on your phone.
Oh, maybe no. I think I heard the tempo. It was subtle. It wasn't like the full blown
Yeah.
theme, but it was like a ramp up.
With the
Yeah,
actual like system I have in the living room and having it on in the
I
Atmos,
bet that
you
was good.
heard it, and all of a sudden you kind of start feeling the freaking chills. You're like,
Yeah.
the lightheartedness of this show is gone. Now we
Right.
feel like we're back in that world. It's cutthroat. We have to survive. And I think
I
he's
like.
going to do well. I think Lionel's going to do well. I
Yeah.
think he's going to go out, and I still have that feeling that he's going to wind up under Lionel's banner, under the Baratheon banner. That's kind of where I think, because I think you're right that there's no way he's gonna become an enemy of the state essentially, and
Right.
so is Lionel because he fought with him. So
Yeah.
now he needs his mountain,
Right.
and so Dunk would essentially become his mountain.
I mean, this now if Dunk survives this, now Dunk is in a place right now where he's not sure that he's going to survive, but we know he's going to survive. This is like almost best case scenario for him as far as just him separating himself and making a name for himself. Like he has to participate. He defended a woman's honor, an innocent person's honor. He did what all the fairy tale knights in the books are say you're supposed to do, right? And he lives in a world where people are just like think knights are like kind of these jerks and whatever, and he's like showing himself to be like a true knight. And this is an opportunity for him to like separate himself and like if he wins this and comes out of this like, the victor, that is the kind of thing where you tell stories from town to
Yeah,
town and you become famous off of
the
something like
name
this.
starts to spread really quick.
Yeah. What's fun is that I think Dunk has long hair, kind of a mullet kind of thing in the books and the comics. And he doesn't in this show, but I've seen interviews recently with the actor, and the actor is like, he's got the mullet going. So I'm
Oh,
thinking he grows his hair out.
that's funny.
Yeah.
How long will Egg stick by his side? Because I think if anyone knows the story, and I think you know a lot better than I do, he has his own trajectory that he
Right.
winds up
Yeah.
following. No, this is where I don't know. Will Dunk wind up following him along that trajectory, or will there be a parting of the ways where we follow Dunk and we also follow Egg to see where they end up?
I don't know. I think maybe this will be like a temporary thing. I feel like now I don't know the I kind of know the basics, but I don't know the full thing. But my gut feeling would say that Egg sticks around as his squire to almost like give him uh I don't know, maybe he's just like such a forethought, like an afterthought in the family itself, where they're almost like, okay, well, go if this is what you want to do, then go show your stuff, and because it's a tough world, and he's a kid, and they're always like throwing kids out to the wolves to see what they're made of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I can see them just like signing off on this thing, and it's him and Dunk, and they have some adventures while he's young enough to be considered a squire. And I
Yeah.
don't know if he eventually gets knighted at some point, and from there he has his own adventures, or something happens within his family where
Mhm.
there's turmoil, and all of a sudden you have this kid who seems to be honorable and a good guy, and he has all these adventures as like the squire for Dunk, and he seems to be a man of the people, right? Like he's
Yeah.
comfortable with living in a village and being among the people. That's a quality that a lot of people could find in a king. So maybe there's something in the future where it happens where he has the opportunity to become king, but I see that happen. But I think as far as him, as long as he's still a kid and like Squire age, I think it's gonna be Dunk and Egg as like a tag team for a bit.
That would be funny as long as they stick together for a while. And even if he does somehow, I don't know, climb the Targaryen ladder, let's just
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
If Dunk, I think it would almost be needed that Dunk would stay with him because he
yeah.
would then need that protection.
Oh,
And then
sure.
there, and then everyone would know who he is because
Right.
he's the one that took down the seven. He survived the seven. He punched Aegon. You know what I mean? He's here, so he's not one to be messed with.
Well, I could almost see. I think the only way this makes sense going forward is if Dunk actually becomes a pretty famous knight and a celebrity in his own right. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because it's like he would be a target and Egg would be a target, but he would also they would also have basically people around them willing to protect themselves because they adore them so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if they're in town and they're big celebrities and they're adored, then it may be hard for an assassin to or somebody, a
get
kidnapper,
to him.
whatever, get to them. Yeah.
I think he would almost carry the same lore that Jamie Lannister has.
Right. Yeah.
I think they would kind of they would fall in the same category of people talking about me. So that'd be interesting. I went from like not being able to have my phone in my hand the whole time to
Yeah.
like the last two episodes where I'm like, I'm all in. This
See,
this
this is
is
the first
finally hooked me
episode. This is the first episode where I actually did have my phone in my hand the entire time, but that's only
because
because I
you
was
were
watching
watching
on
it
my
on
phone.
your phone. That's funny.
I
Was
was
there
trying to
anything
think
that
of
we really
anything else.
missed?
I don't know. I did like the scene where the Aegon's brother, the older brother that was drunk in the tavern the first episode.
Oh yeah, the vision.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, we're talking about the vision now and how like Dunk was standing at the foot of a slain dragon. Are we talking
yeah.
about the end of this season? Will he be standing at the feet of Aegon, being dead in the battlefield,
Right. Was it? Well, I'm like even in my head,
or
is
is it
this like
or is it Baelorn? Is he dead
yeah,
in the battlefield? Or did Baelorn turn on him because things
yeah.
aren't going his family's way, and Dunk takes him out? You know what I
See,
mean?
even in my head, I was like, is this like a metaphorical dragon where he's slain a Targaryen and taken them down a notch? Or we do know that dragons are supposed to be extinct, but who knows? I mean, maybe there's one left out there that's just like hanging around, and maybe Dunk slays an actual dragon, and like it's the last one, and he basically makes him completely extinct. Like I didn't know like how literal is this dream of his, you
Yeah.
know?
I,
Um,
I I took it pretty metaphorically. That's how I
Yeah,
read it.
more than likely that is, but like with this world and these stories, like I mean, a knight slaying a dragon is kind of like fairy tale stuff, and we're
Yeah,
almost like in a fairy tale story about a knight. So I could see where Dunk somehow goes to some cave in some place and runs into an actual dragon.
yeah. You know what I have?
Plus it's Game of Thrones. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
What I
What's the
have liked
dragons?
about and they've kind of sprinkled it in very lightly, the idea of magic still in this world.
Yeah.
You had the fortune teller.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now you have uh the brother that has dreams and has no idea what they really are and why he's having them, but for some reason these dreams that he has come to fruition.
Right.
So I kind of like that a little bit since we're taking some of the fantastic out of it. We get some a little bit of what the magic that basically they said was gone for so many years, but you're
Yeah.
seeing that some people still had it but didn't know what it was. Kind of like, kids that are sensitive with the force. I don't know what I'm doing,
Right.
but it's there.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. That seems to be the case. Is like magic wouldn't completely go away from the world because then, I mean, if it's completely gone, then how does it come back? You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
like magic and like you mentioned, like the Force in Star Wars, where it goes in almost to like hibernation, where it's like, gone as far as it's just under the surface for a long while.
that's a lady in
Um,
red. No, she brought it
yeah,
back.
yeah, that's right.
They're always not good. The lady in red. No.
Lady in red.
Now
um,
this was very entertaining. This is the first episode that I wanted to rewatch.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
first time that I've said that in this season. So, and it may even be once this season's over, the 7 episodes are done. Uh, I may want to go ahead and watch them all just together. I'm curious how that feels rather than 30 minutes, 28 minutes, 40 minutes, just kind of such
Right.
a hodgepodge of time, runtime. And the storytelling has been a little choppy. I think it's a little fair to say.
I think because this feels like a movie, especially with the shorter runtime between 30 to 40 minutes an episode. Like if you stacked these episodes and watched them one to one to one after another, it would feel like a long epic movie, right? And not like
Yeah.
this. Basically, that's what it feels like, and that's what you and I complain about a lot as far as streaming these days. How like these shows don't feel like TV shows; they feel like movies that are just chopped up into
Mhm.
pieces. And that's definitely what this feels like. Because I mean, the first couple episodes, you're ramping up, getting used to the world, the characters. It's kind of
Learning this. Mhm.
slower. It's slower pace. And now we're like really ramping up the plot. Right now we're like
Yeah,
in the
we
end of
hit
the second
basically
act.
the send scene, yeah, second act,
Yeah,
and now we're
yeah.
getting ready to kind of transition into that third act of the actual show.
Which yeah, I'm curious how this whole thing plays out as far as watching it back to back for sure.
So this one's been fun, and like I said, I was holding out hope the whole way. It's like the first episode, and then the preview that they gave us, like okay, I see where they're going. They showed me kind of where they were going. And I was waiting for it to get there. Now that it's there, I'm like, when Sunday? I'm ready for Sunday again. I'm ready to watch the next episode.
Yeah. And I'm glad. I'm glad it's now, the season's not done. This was episode 3, so we still have 4 episodes left, right?
It's episode 4.
Oh, this was episode 4, so we got 3 episodes left.
This
So
was
we're
4. Yeah.
a little over halfway through the season. We have a decent amount left, so there's not a lot of room to screw it up. I think they can land this plane pretty well. So far, so good. I've enjoyed the pace. Well, I've enjoyed the storytelling. I don't know about necessarily the pace, but I've seen it as almost like a necessary evil because I was confident the whole time that we'd be getting good stuff coming our way, and they were just laying the groundwork for it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we're in the like we said, the second act now.
Do you think by any chance that with maybe the last 2 episodes or last episode, we'll get maybe an hour episode, or will they stick to this 28, 30-minute runtime throughout?
I don't know. I can see them doing that, like having an hour long episode to kind of cap it off. Because a lot of not only the HBO, but Netflix and a lot of these streaming shows, they do that now. Where it's like if they want to tie up loose ends and make the finale feel bigger than the other episodes, they literally make it bigger by making it longer. So
Yeah.
I can see them doing that.
Well, I hope so. I hope they give us a little bit more. Definitely when the battle scenes get going, because once that ramps up
Yeah,
and the just the action and the intensity ramps up, that 20 minutes is just gone.
I know it
It's
flies
going to
by.
disappear so fast. So I hope that they kind of play that into. I mean, once he was out there in basically the arena on the horse, and he was talking to the crowd, and he was just doing everything.
Yeah,
The way it was shot, how cinematic it was so much different than when he was say sitting by the tree asking Egg why he wandered off with the horse.
Right,
It just
yeah.
felt a lot different.
Um, yeah, that's about it. I don't think the newly knighted squire of the Apple Kingdom is long for this world. I think he's going to be the first
Yeah,
to go.
and that may be one of the things that sets Dunk off.
Yeah.
It,
Oh, that's
it,
one
it,
thing I wanted to say too earlier in the episode where the older Targaryen brother came in and Dunk like got on him right away. Like he was pissed. He was like, "How dare
oh,
you?" Where he like took him down like with no effort.
accuse me of kidnapping your brother,
Yeah.
and now I am in trouble because of said, being accused. That and the punching thing. I think they were coming hand in hand, but
Yeah, exactly. But it was the first scene where I saw Dunk really like leverage his strength. And now I'm curious. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I know he's a big guy, but so far we've only seen, the kind, noble, regular side of him,
yeah,
and not the guy that has a sword in his hand. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready
yeah,
to see that part of Dunk.
that's gonna be fun. And how crazy are we gonna get? Are we gonna get Game of Thrones? Are we gonna get him slicing someone's like leg off, like
Right,
above the
right,
knee? Or are we gonna get that level of Game of Thrones? Or are they gonna kind of nerf it a little bit?
right. Yeah, I'm curious what other side of Dunk we have yet to see for sure.
Okay, guys, that's about what we got for this week's episode. I mean, it's this show has gotten dramatically better than where it started, and I've got a feeling it's gonna only get better to the point where when it ends, I'm gonna want more.
Yeah,
And
then it's
that's
like, okay, season 2 coming 2 years from now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's the same with the House of the Dragons. Like, I enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I'm losing interest because it's taking so long for it to come back. I hope
Yeah.
they don't drag this out that long before they wind up giving us the next season. So I know there's another Game of Thrones following Jon Snow. I think they're working on that one as well. So they're giving us this world in spades now.
Yeah. But that's going to be it for this week. We'll be back next week to talk about episode 5 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That title is just a mouthful.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah. But we'll be back. And until then, check out our other episodes. We've covered this. We've covered other TV shows in the past. We recently did a video where we talked about all the movies coming out that we're looking forward to in 2026. And I don't know. Until we see you guys next week, what do you say?
Say hit that like button, subscribe button, gets to 600. Until we see you next
Yeah,
week. Pick your leaves carefully, I guess.
there you go.